Good news, everyone. Fred Phelps, the founder and patriarch of the Westboro Baptist Church, 84 years old, the virulent anti-homosexual activist in his crazy-ass church, is dying. At 84 years old, he's lying at a long-term care facility in Shawnee County, awaiting his final days. And the family has acknowledged that he is going to die anytime now. Now, aside from the obviousness, which is like, it could not have taken long enough for this guy to die because he is just a horrible human being. I don't think it's necessary for me to remind you the kind of things he's done, like preach the most virulent hatred of gays that's frankly Ugandan worthy or Nigerian worthy. This is the guy who, in order to hate the troops because they represent the country he's against, goes to their funerals and pickets them. Now, I'm no fan of the troops. In fact, I outright hate them and hope they die. But I didn't picket their funerals because that would just be completely classless. In other words, Fred Phelps is clearly one of the most evil human beings in terms of personality ever. Now, as to be expected, a lot of people and a lot of groups have said that they're going to picket his funeral when he dies, and that the family, quite hilariously, has asked that nobody do so. Really, after having asked that, picketed so many people's funerals, often just to do things that just mindlessly cause harm to people, they are asking that other people respect his funeral. That's crazy. Now let's get on to what's really, really interesting about this story. The family has admitted that the old man has been excommunicated from the church on his deathbed. That means somewhere, somehow, he's been kicked out of the church. Now think about the seriousness of this. He's the founder, the patriarch who held, frankly, all the power. He was the big name. He was the organizer of everything. Think about what must have happened to cause him to be kicked out. I have at least two theories on why this might be. One, I think, and this does happen, that on his deathbed, he might regret everything that he said since day one. It's not uncommon for people to be dying and regret the things that they've done in life that at the time they didn't think were wrong or they didn't think were bad, and then repent, feel like maybe all this hatred that he had spewed at people for so long was wrong, and that this was not the message of love that's at least in the New Testament of the Bible. Maybe he feels sorry for all the people he's hurt, and maybe he was there lying in bed dying, saying to his family, I wish I'd never have done it, we were wrong. Now, given the frankly very cult-like mentality that that church has, I could definitely see why they would excommunicate him on his deathbed. I also have another theory. If you've ever watched the Louis Theroux documentary, The Most Hated Family in the World, if you look at the way someone talks, if somebody dies from particular circumstances like accidents or disease, it means that they deserved it. Now, I'm not entirely certain as to why Fred Phelps is dying, although I have heard that it's cancer. I don't have any confirmation of that. Who knows, maybe he's dying of some frankly common disease. And in their church, if you die from something like that, you deserve it. I mean, one of them in the documentary outright said, dying in a car accident is a sign that God doesn't like you. You've done something to anger him. Maybe that's what they think here. Maybe they think he's done something somewhere to anger God, to leave him in the condition that he is right now. And that's why he's dying. And maybe they really believe something like that. Or maybe it's a third option. Maybe, and I think this is actually very possible, on his deathbed, Fred Phelps admitted he was gay. I mean, we do commonly see that some of the people who are the most virulently anti-homosexual are repressing homosexual urges themselves. I mean, that's a fairly common thing. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was true at all, and that all this time, all this hatred and anger that was thrown at homosexuals, denouncing them, calling them evil, and frankly calling them the destruction of the Western world sometimes, was really all just a cover for his own homosexual urges. That could be it. In the end, we're probably never going to really know exactly what Fred Phelps did or said or went through that would cause him to be excommunicated from the church at the end. It is something very worthy of speculation. And frankly, it's really interesting and something that's really fun to guess on, given what a horrible human being he was. But in the end, I don't think we're ever going to really know. I do think, however, that we can take solace that one more hate-filled psychopath has been taken off of this earth. I really wish I could be there at the gates of heaven when he finally meets his Creator and see what he really thinks of everything he did with his life. Thank you for watching. Please comment and rate the video. If you liked it, hit subscribe or check out some of these other great videos. If you wish, share it on social media. While you're at it, why don't you follow me on Twitter? And if you got time, go on over to the MRN bookstore and check out some of the latest books available.